Hello, and welcome back to the Tea and Soju C-Drama podcast, your safe spot for C-Drama chatter. I'm your host, Liliana, and it's time to sit back, grab your tea, and let's chat Asian dramas. In today's episode, we are doing a wrap-up of my currently watching list for March 2024, which means I'm just going to be running through everything that is on my currently watching at the end of March. So that's today's episode. Just some housekeeping before we get into that. If you like the podcast, please like, share, and subscribe on the platform you listen to. That really helps the podcast reach other listeners. For more content, check out Patreon, where you can find behind the scenes, first impressions, movie reviews, and more. Finally, if you like to chat to me or find a community, check out Discord, Instagram, and other socials. The link is in the episode notes. So, this month, the episode is a little late. Basically, I had a pretty big family emergency, which means that I wasn't able to sit down and record the episode. So, I jigged some things about, and you got an episode that I had already pre recorded a couple of weeks ago. I was actually meant to be on like a little break from the podcast in terms of basically I was just going to release for about a month or a month and a half episodes that I had already recorded, except the currently watching, because that one I need to record on the week that it's released, because obviously it's always updating, so I can't record that unless I can't basically put that in. I need to record it basically fresh every single week. So that is the reason why. Normally this would come at the end of the month, so you would have gotten it last week, but big family emergency. My partner was fairly sick and he was in hospital, so I was basically tied up, and for about 8 days I haven't actually touched anything. I haven't watched anything. I'm super behind on anything, so that list does come with, like, my currently watching will come with that caveat that I'm super behind on pretty much every single show that I'm currently watching, just because life happened and I wasn't able to sit down. Neither did I really want to. I was fairly tired and my brain I was so stressed. Do you guys ever get this where technically, like, dramas are my safe spot, where I come to unwind, but sometimes you just get so stressed out that for me I become what I call a scroll monster, which is just basically I will just open up TikTok, Instagram reels, whatever, and I will just scroll aimlessly for hours. That's like when I'm so stressed. That's the kind of zone out that I need, apparently. So that's been me. That's, the problems we've been having. So just a caveat is that I am also watching Nirvana in Fire and Joy of Life. However, neither of those are on this list currently because my brain isn't braining, if that makes sense. And both of those really do need what's the word I'm looking for? They need a lot of brain power to keep watching, if that makes sense. You need, especially for Nirvana and Fire, you need your whole brain working, and mine just isn't right now. You will see from my list what that means, because you guys know I'm very much a mood watcher. So those are the caveats that I wanted to add in. I'm super behind on a lot of things. A lot of things I'm still enjoying, but right now aren't working for me. So, we'll get straight into the episode and you guys will figure out pretty soon what I mean by all of this. So let's get into the episode. And actually, I have rejigged the categories a little bit, just renamed them and given them slightly new meanings, just because I feel like I was needing that. So the first category I've got is my absolutely loving category. This is the category that it's basically dramas that I'm absolutely chasing episodes and I'm completely obsessed with. So think dramas for me me, for example, Till the End of the Moon, Hidden Love, I don't know, Go Ahead, like my big dramas, this is the category they would all be in. So like most recently, Amidst a Snowstorm of Love, this would have been the category it was in. Currently, this category is empty. There is nothing in it. There is nothing that I'm like really completely chasing and like religiously on top of because of life in general. But that's just where we're at right now. So the next step up is, or down, I mean, is my loving category. These are dramas that I'm really loving, but not quite obsessed with, but I'm keeping up fairly well with new episodes. So these are dramas that I'm loving, but they're not like on that obsession threshold. And sometimes I may be an episode or so behind, but I'm fairly caught up with them, except one on this list, guys. And that is the first drama on this list, which is The Legend of Sean Lee. Now, this drama, I was fairly caught up with it. I really was. And then life happened, and I am still on episode 8, and I think there's like 20 something episodes out currently. So I am super behind on this. Super behind. I do intend to go back. And the thing is, funnily enough, I was really enjoying it when I was watching it. But now that I've kind of like stopped because life was lifing, I haven't like had the utter, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I haven't had the absolute need to go back, which is a bit strange. And I don't know if it's because I know this type of drama, it's Xianxia, so I know it's going to be angsty, and maybe currently I'm just not in the right mindset for that. But I was really loving it when I was watching it, so I've put it in the loving category. If you don't know what The Legend of Sean Lee is about, it's basically a xianxia, and it stars Zhao Liying as Shen Li and Lin Gangxin as Qing Zi or Qing Yun. These two worked previously together in Princess Agents, so a lot of people were super happy to see them, work together again. And, basically the MDL description reads, on Chinese New Year's Eve, Shen Li is ordered by the immortal lord to return to the palace, where she must fulfill an alliance marriage to a member of the Divine Clan. This concerns the peace of both realms, who have been at war for a long time. She refuses to marry her fiancé, who has a bad reputation as a playboy, and while the guards give chase, she is wounded and falls into the mortal realm. Due to the gravity of her injuries, she has now lost her spiritual power and reverted to her true form, which is that of a red phoenix. She is easily caught by a merchant who plucks her feathers and is placed in the cage to be sold. Xing Yun is an aloof, lonesome man who buys the chicken and helps treat her injuries. This peculiar human, who for a strange reason can understand what she says, enjoys pranking her and loves hiding secrets. Through their time together, Shan Li begins to understand just how frail mortals are, and to repay his kindness, she decides to protect her sickly savior. So I feel like this MDL description is a little bit misleading, because this is basically the first, I would say, 7 episodes of the drama, and then the rest of it is completely different. Again, I am not caught up, but I have seen a lot of spoilers on this drama, so I know that it gets angstier, especially when they go back to the divine realm and whatnot. Things are revealed, stuff comes up. I did actually do a first impressions for this on Patreon. It's available on there for you guys to go and check out. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts, when I recorded that first impressions, I think I had only watched either 6 or 8 episodes, so I haven't moved very much. But again, I do intend to go back to this because I was really enjoying it. And again, I don't know if it's just because I stopped and now I just need to press play and keep watching, or if it's just going to be something that I'm not going to be in the right mood to watch, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me, because I know there's a lot of you that are really, really loving this drama. So I intend to go back. I truly do. It just hasn't happened yet. So that is The Legend of Sean Lee, and that is the first drama on my currently watching. I haven't put it on hold because I do intend to pick it up this week at some point. I will. By the time this episode comes up, hopefully I would have watched a couple more episodes. But you know, that's where we're at right now. Now, the next one on my list is something that I am fully caught up with, except the day that I'm recording this, there'll be a new episode, so I haven't watched that yet. And that is called, it's the Korean drama called The Midnight Studio. Now, I was fairly excited for this because this gives me, I don't know, Mystic Pop Up Bar vibes or Tomorrow vibes, and I adore those shows. I think Korea does these types of shows really, really well, where the main story is very human and very grounded, but there's just like sprinkles of fantasy throughout. I feel like that is Korea's sweet spot for fantasy in general. I feel like that's what they do the best for me personally. It might change, it may be different for others, but for me personally, I feel like that's their sweet spot. So the MDL description reads, so, Seo Ki-ju is a photographer and runs a small photo studio. He is the seventh owner of the photo studio, and the shop is only for ghosts. Ki-ju takes portraits of the ghosts that come into the store. Han Boom is a lawyer who is passionate about her work and does not tolerate injustice. Somehow she ends up in a partnership with Ki-ju's photo studio. The studio also has two employees, assistant manager Go and Baek Nam-gu. Assistant Manager Go is in charge of bringing in ghosts as customers, and Nam-gu is in charge of taking care of small chores around the store. So, first of all, I adore that little, found family right there. I feel like it's great. I'm really enjoying it. I've already cried a couple of times. The stories are quite touching, and in general, I really, really enjoy it. I'm watching this on Viki, and this stars Ju Woon as Soki Jo. It stars Kwan Nara as Han Boom. I will say, I have watched Kwan Nara before, and I thought she was just okay. I can't actually, I think I watched her, I believe the last time I watched her must have been Itaewon Class. No. Yeah, I watched her in Bulgasal, and I thought she was okay, and that actually I thought she was a bit of a downfall to the drama, but the story wasn't great either, but there was no chemistry, and I felt like her acting wasn't great either. But in this, girl has shot up. She is doing pretty well. There has been a couple of scenes where she has to do really a lot of emotional pull, and I believed it. So she's doing really, really well. And then this also stars Yoo In So. He plays Godari. Now, I have seen him in a couple of things. He was in Death's Game. He was in Daily Dose of Sunshine. He was also in The Uncanny Counter, season 2, Alchemy of Souls, which is probably where a lot of people know him from. So he's been in quite a few things. I always enjoy him. I feel like he has a lot of potential. So I'm excited to be seeing him, in more main roles. And then we also have Moon Suk, who plays Baek Nam-gu. Now, I don't know if I've actually seen him in anything before. So he's been in Arthur Doll Chronicles, which I haven't watched, Duty After School, Cafe Minamdang, Hello Me, Backstreet Rookie. So no, I have not watched this actor before. So, I I'm really enjoying it, guys. It is fairly emotional. The stories that we come across is the heart and soul of this drama. It's the fact that you get to share the very last moments of these ghosts. And the stories are never quite white and black, if that makes sense, or black and white, whatever. There's all varying shades of grey. And I also really, really enjoy the arching theme behind, because our male lead, there's a story, there's a curse to his bloodline. So I'm very interested to see how that, gets played along. So overall, I'm really enjoying this one. Like I said, it's probably the only show that I'm fully caught up with at the time of recording this episode. So yeah, I would highly recommend this. It's giving me all the feels that I need. So that is The Midnight Studio. Next up on my loving category, it is the last, drama on my loving category. And funnily enough, I'm very surprised because it's got 2 Korean dramas currently on my loving category, and that is the only Korean dramas I'm watching. I am watching another one, actually, I just remembered. But they have very similar things in the fact that there's a lot of heart to the story, and there is really good acting, and the story may not be perfect, but the acting is really, really top notch. My next one is Queen of Tears. Now, guys, I was excited for this for various reasons. One of the major reasons I was excited for this is the main cast, and that is Kim So Hyun and Kim Ji Won. Both of these actors tend to do more complicated roles, as in roles that have more to them than meets the eye, more than what they seem like on paper, if that makes sense. So from there, I was already very excited to see what was going to be, the story, what was going to be what we were going to get. Now, I will say straight away, their acting, my God, it is like magic on screen when these two are together. Jeez, like, I adore them. They are the heart and soul. They are, to me, my favorite part of this drama. It's like, because it's so heart-wrenching. It's about this couple that fell in love, but by the point that we, the viewers, start watching the drama, their marriage has completely fallen apart. We don't know why, and we're kind of discovering it. And, there's also the case that our female lead has been diagnosed with a very, very rare condition, which she doesn't have a lot of chances of surviving. So that is the story. He's not poor by any means, but he's married. She's, the daughter of a conglomerate. She's a CEO in herself. So these characters are just, my gosh, they are truly amazing in terms of their acting. Like, Kim So Hyun and Kim Ji Won, geez, it's like they communicate with their eyes, with their motions. It's subtle. It's giving everything that I needed and more. Now, I will say, this drama has gotten way more Mak Changi than I was expecting, and that is okay for me. Like, I can deal with that. I just have to adjust my expectations. But I hope it didn't quite go there, but we've gone down the very, very, very Mak Changi route, and I guess that's where we're going to stay. I am definitely going to be watching this one till the end, I think, mainly because these two, main actors are chef's kiss. I adore it. And a little spoiler here, not major, guys, I don't spoil too much when it comes to this part. But they have the cameo, and I believe it was episode 8. It might have been episode 8, episode 7 of oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking. Why am I blanking? Oh, I'm gonna have to go and click on the cast because now I've Song Joong Ki. Oh, goodness. And guys, it's been a week. Like it's been a couple of weeks that it's just been. So Song Joong Ki, he made a cameo as Vincenzo, and I adored it. I thought it was such a smart cameo. Really, really loved it. Now, one of the things that a lot of people were very excited from is that this screenwriter is Kim Hee Won, and she's the famous screenwriter for oh my goodness, I'm clearly at lots of dramas. And so she's done Little Women, and she did do Vincenzo. She's done The Crown Clown. She's done Fated to Love You. And, just a very big soundtrack number one and soundtrack number two. So a lot of people were very, very excited. This woman knows how to write. So lots and lots of people were very, very excited about this. Guys, ignore me. Clearly, I had a moment. So that was one of the directors. Was Kim Hee Won, who's done Vincenzo and all of those dramas. The screenwriter. See, I was thinking. I'm pretty sure I saw that this was the same screenwriter as Crash Landing on You. It is. It's Park Ji Eun, and she is the screenwriter from Crash Landing on You, The Legend of the Blue Sea. So a lot of people were really, really looking forward to that. She's also the screenwriter from My Love from the Star, which means she would have worked with Kim So Hyun before. So, really good, really big screenwriter. It is her first drama back from Crash Landing on You. So, a lot of people were very, very excited. And so far, I'm pretty sold. Like, I really enjoy the story itself. More so, I am not too keen on like what's going on the company side of it. Like that doesn't really faze me. It doesn't really, I could have done with a lot less of that, to be honest, because I think the couple itself, our main pairing, just their story alone is fascinating to watch, and that's what's keeping me, so intrigued and so in love with this drama, is them two and their story. Yeah, I wish there was more of that and less of the company. But yes, so the only big complaint I have about this drama, guys, the episodes are 1 hour and a half long. It is 1 hour and 30 minutes every single episode, like 16 episodes of 1 hour and a half. That is long. That is so long. And to me, I feel like K-drama episodes should be capped at 1 hour 10. Like they don't need to be longer. I find it so difficult to keep my attention span for longer than an hour. Like that's why Chinese dramas work so well for me, because they are shorter episodes. But 1 hour and 30 minutes is it is pushing it. That is my complaint. I know in the grand scheme of things, that is a personal complaint to me. It's not going to bother a lot of other people. But to me personally, guys, it's long. It's long for an episode. So that is Queen of Tears. I am a little bit all over the place today, guys. I apologize. My brain is still functioning, although I will say I am pretty excited to just be sitting down and recording an episode. I feel like whenever I do, and this is why I love doing the podcast so much, whenever I do sit down and just record or get to talk about dramas, not only do I feel more excited when I go to sit back down to watch them, but I feel like I relax a lot. So it's great that I did manage to get back to recording this episode today for you guys. Although I think it's going to sound very chaotic because my brain is still very frazzled and I probably sound very tired, which I am. So forgive me for both of those things. But yeah, so that is the three dramas in my loving category: The Legend of Sean Lee, The Midnight Studio, and Queen of Tears. Those are the ones that I'm just really, really enjoying. Now, the next category is my enjoying category. These are the ones I'm enjoying and I'm casually watching. airing, and I may be behind on episodes. And by maybe, I mean I am. I'm pretty much behind on episodes on all of these. Now, the first one up is one that I don't think a lot of you would have heard of. It is fairly new. It's just started airing, I believe, last week, and it has a very funky name, guys. The name of this drama, it is a Chinese drama, and the name is Fry Me to the Moon. Not fly, fry. Fry. Fry, as in frying. It's a little odd, but it does make sense. So, Fry Me to the Moon. I stumbled upon this one. I think I knew it was coming out, but like it didn't catch my eye. But then I entered this stage where I feel like I need very comforting, very easygoing dramas, and this seems to catch that plot. And one, it is a female centric drama, which I tend to enjoy a lot. It is available on WeTV and on Tencent. It is one of their productions. I went in because of the female lead, one of the female leads, and that is Song Yi. You would have seen her in a bunch of things. She has been in Follow Your Heart, You'll Never Walk Alone, The Nest, Destined, Luoyang, The Most Sweet Love. I would have known her from Joy of Life. She plays the sister, and I absolutely adore her character. She's one of my favorite characters in Joy of Life. So, that's where I knew her from, and when I saw it was her, I really wanted to go check it out. This is also, so there's two other female leads. One is called Charmaine Shi, and the other one is Li Chun. I have never seen either of these female leads before, so I am pleasantly surprised. So what the heck is this drama about with this funky name? So the MDL description reads, 3 women who wouldn't have known each other without a fight go against the routine and stand side by side in facing life challenges. They never give up their persistence towards love and pursuit of ideals. Lu Zhenzhen, who takes her career very seriously, returns to Chengdu while disregarding everything for the sake of love. Gu Manting, who married her childhood sweetheart very early on, has been wanting to escape her marriage. She invites Zhenzhen to join her business, Chuan Bai Lu. The sudden appearance of catering entrepreneur Liang Qing Ran disrupts their trajectory, and the crisis at Chuan Bai Lu allows the 3 very different women to truly get to know each other. As their love, career, and ideals are tested at every level in the city of Chengdu, what choices will they make? So basically, they all work in different various things, but they all kind of connect to food in a sense, whether it be restaurants, whether it be, investing companies. They work in different, and they come together to work on this project, I suppose. Now, the food in this, guys, is delicious to look at, and I guess that's why it's called Fry Me to the Moon. So yeah, it's basically these 3 and their trajectory. I believe I'm 5 episodes in right now. It is fairly easy watch because it is 1 episode a day, and I am okay with that. The episodes aren't too long either. The first 5 episodes are kind of like a lot of setup, but I'm enjoying it so far. I really like the food that they're showing, and I like the fact that it's woman based, and it really shows. There's not a lot of there is men in the story, but they aren't the focal point in the drama at all. So that is the drama Fry Me to the Moon. It's such a bizarre title, guys. I don't even know. The next one on my enjoying list, it is a Japanese drama, and it is the Japanese drama I Love You. Now, I am behind on this. I am 3 episodes in right now, and the reason why I'm behind, it's kind of on purpose, because Netflix is only going to release the next 5 episodes, I believe, at the end of the month or something like that. So I was like, I'm just going to watch very slowly, and then I can binge the last 5 episodes. So that was the case. Basically, the story for this is our female lead, who is Nikaido Fumi. So she plays Moto Miya Yuri. basically she can hear other people's thoughts by looking into their eyes, and this has had a really bad effect on her like relationships, especially her romantic relationships, because she can hear what others are thinking. So in walks in our male lead, Korean actor Chae Jong Hyuk, who plays Yoon Tae Oh, and basically whenever she looks in his eyes, she can't figure out what he's, thinking, because he thinks in Korean. Like, and I completely understand this. So he's fluent in Japanese, and this happens to me all the time. Because obviously I am fluent in English, but my first language is still Portuguese. That's the one I grew up with, and I didn't learn English until I was 10. So my main and, primary language, mother tongue, is Portuguese. So sometimes I will think in English, sometimes I will think in Portuguese. But for me, that happens because both languages are so intrinsically like linked together. I grew up with both of them almost. So that will sometimes it's like a mixture of both languages. But if you're like this, where you would have learned a language later on, whenever you think, you would still think in your primary language, which is what happens here. So he thinks in Korean even if he speaks in Japanese. So whenever she looks at him, she can't understand any of it because obviously he's thinking in Korean. So that's the main premise of the story. I'm really enjoying it. Yes, it is very tropey, guys. It is airing on Netflix. Netflix currently has 5 episodes out right now, and hopefully they will have the other 5 soon. But yeah, so I'm just having a lot of fun. It is very, very tropey. It is, guys. But do you know what? Sometimes that's all I need, and it's working for me. It's the exact type of drama that I kind of want to watch when I'm in these kind of moods where I'm really stressed out and life is lifing. These work perfectly for me. I either want something heart-wrenching, not that it's going to break me too much, but I either want something very emotional or I want something very tropey that I can turn my brain off to, and this one is working for that exactly. So, and also, Chae Jong-hyuk is just such a sweetheart. Like, his dimples come out and his big goofy smile, and you can't help but smile along with him. So that is, I love you, and I love you as in the word I, your I, as not the letter I. It's so weird, but it makes sense. The title makes sense for what the story is. So the next one up is one that I was already watching last month, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. I think a lot of people are watching this one, and that is the Japanese? It's not the American drama, Japanese drama Shogun. I think it is. Guys, I don't know, help me out. MDL says it's a country, Japan, but I believe it's an American production. I don't know. I talked about this one. I'm enjoying it. I have qualms with this drama, one of the main ones, and I understand why they do it. But basically, I am Portuguese, and they speak about the Portuguese a lot, and that's fine. It's history. It is what it is. I get it. What it niggles me, it really niggled me in the first couple of episodes because they had these really big Portuguese actors, and obviously they were supposed to be speaking in Portuguese, but they weren't. They were speaking in English, and I understand why they did it. They needed a uniform language for everything. That wasn't, it was either going to be English or Japanese. I understand it, but it was really hard for me to turn my brain off because to me, those are actors that I know very well. And it's very bizarre to like seeing them as Portuguese characters speaking English, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like difficult to, switch my brain into that. But I think that's going to be like anybody else won't be affected by that because it won't, it just won't bother them. To me, it's kind of like a very personal thing. So that was that. I will say it's sometimes a little bit uncomfy watching something like it is history, guys. Every country has bad history. I grew up and I didn't study Portuguese history. I did some of it, but obviously I moved away to England. So every country has their black history. that sounds really bad. They're bad history, things that they did and whatnot. So there's focus on that, and I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it now. I think it's a very interesting very interesting storyline. It's beautifully shot. It's really, really well acted. So I am actually caught up with this one. I'm watching it with my partner. Everything that I was watching with my partner, we are sort of behind on because obviously he was the one who was in hospital. So he's not been in the best of moods to want to watch anything with me. So I think I'm like on episode 4 or 5 of this. So I think we're fairly caught up, I believe. So that is Shogun. Again, don't come for me, guys. It's not like I'm not enjoying the drama. I'm just, there was very niggly things that, it's a little bit hard sometimes to see the history of your country through the worst of it, if that makes sense. But it is important to know about it, and it's stuff that did happen, so it is what it is. So Shogun, that is the one that I'm enjoying. So the next one, guys, is one that actually a listener talked to me about, and she asked me if I knew where it was airing, and I didn't at the time. I still It is airing out there, let's put it that way. It is a View production. View isn't available outside of Asia. It's only available in certain Asian countries. So that is what it is. I'm watching it out there, let's put it that way. So that is the Filipino remake of What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Now, I was sort of going along, and I had completely forgotten that this listener had messaged me about this, and I was looking through certain websites, and this popped up, and I was like, that sounds fun. So I clicked on it, and guys, it is fun. I will say that. But you can't go in expecting Korean What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, because that ain't it. I love the fact that these episodes are 20 minutes, guys. It is 34 episodes, but every episode is only 20 minutes, which means it will work out at about 11 episodes of 1 hour. So it's going to be shorter than the original Korean drama. But so far, the story is very much the same. I will say, I really enjoy the portrayal of Secretary Kim in this one. It's played by Kim Chu, and I really, 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 really like her so far. I like her character. The episodes, like I said, is shorter, so the story is moving a lot faster, and I kind of enjoy that. So the guy that plays, our CEO is Paolo Avellino, and the character he plays is Brandon. So that is the our secretary and CEO scenario here. I've only watched, I believe, 4 episodes at the time of recording, 4 or 5 episodes, but it is a lot of fun, and right now that's kind of what I need. So yeah, it is a lot of fun. I've already said that, guys. Like I said, a little bit chaotic, a little bit all over the place. I'm enjoying the portrayals. I'm enjoying. Now, I will say, guys, in terms of quality, this is less quality. So let's put it that way. And if you've never watched a Filipino drama before, it's kind of fun because they use a lot of English, and they'll be speaking, and just a lot of English will come out, and it's if you've never watched one before, it's a little bit fun to kind of adapt to initially. So yeah, that is the What's Wrong with Secretary Kim Filipino edition. That's what I'm currently watching, and that is on my enjoying category because it's just a fun drama to watch. And the story, I know the story. I can even turn my brain off completely for that one. So, the next category, so we've done with my enjoying category, so next up is my meh category. This one hasn't changed, but basically these are dramas that I may drop soon, but for now I am still watching. Something is keeping me watching them, I just don't know what it is. So the first up is one that I know is quite popular But guys, and that is the Korean drama Wedding Impossible. I don't know. I was really, really enjoying this at beginning. It was kind of like an enemies to lovers, and it was a lot of shenanigans. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of it feels a little bit draggy for me. I don't know. I don't know, guys. There's just something about it that isn't clicking as well as it was, a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks, not even that. But I am quite a few episodes behind because I am currently on episode, let me just check. I am currently on episode 6, and I believe so it finishes this week. So I'm like halfway through. So, guys, let me know if it's worth me keeping watching, and if so, why. Like, message me on Instagram, probably the best place to do so, or if you're on Discord, message me on Discord. Just tell me if this is worth me wrapping it up. Keep going. I'm on episode 6 and I'm finding it a little bit draggy. Is it worth it? Like, convince me either way. Be like, no, it's time for you to let it go, or yes, keep watching for these reasons. Like, that's I'm tasking you guys with this. So that is the Korean drama Wedding Impossible. I don't even know why I'm finding it like sort of draggy. I just am. So, I don't know if it's going to be worth me pushing through or not. So, guys, if you're watching this drama or if you dropped it, let me know. The next one up is a Thai drama, and it is called A Beauty Newbie. Now, I talked about this, so I'm not going to go too much into it. This is the Thai remake of the Korean drama My ID is Gangnam Beauty. I don't know, guys. It's okay so far, but like, I am still at episode 4, I think. Yeah, I'm still at episode 4, and I haven't watched an episode in a good while, and I don't feel the inkling to go back. That normally tells me that I'm not enjoying it as much as I think I am. If I like don't watch an episode for a little while, and then I, don't really miss it. But it is almost finished because I'm just checking, and on April 1st, so today, the day that I'm recording, episode 13 is going to come out, which means it's going to finish next week, because it's an episode a week. So, I don't know what's going to happen with this one. We will see where it lands next month. So that is my meh category. And then finally, we just have the too early to tell category. And I only have one drama on there. And that's because I've literally only watched one episode. It is fairly recent. It only started airing on March 28th. And that is the drama Step by Step Love. It is airing on Tencent/WeTV. And the description for it is, it tells the story of the cold company president Liu Chen-yang, who is a cruel revenge machine full of calculations to make his opponent pay the price. He finally meets his opponent, the daughter of a desperate rich family, Tian Jin Buran. When a hunter begins to fall in love with his prey, all the hatred in his heart turns soft. So, I will be very, very honest, this drama wasn't even on my radar at all, and it's aired 10 episodes currently. As I'm recording this episode, it's aired 10 episodes. I have barely I've watched episode 1, that's it. And it seems like it's a lot of fun. I went into this because, guys, I was on TikTok in one of my mindless scrolls, and basically a bunch of edits for this came up, and I was like, oh, this looks like a lot of fun, and it just looks like mindless watch. So I went in, and this stars Zhao Zi Wei, which he's been in quite a few things, I believe. So he's been in Lighter and Princess. He was the second male lead in that, almost. Justice in the Dark, Hello Procurator, The Day of Becoming You. He has done like a lot of support roles and not too many main roles, but that is what it is. I'm in, like I said, it's very, very early to tell, guys. I've only watched one episode, so I don't know where it's going to land, if I'm going to keep watching or not. Well, I will watch a couple more episodes because I enjoyed the first episode well enough to keep going, but that is pretty much all it is. It is kind of like, a mindless kind of watch. I do enjoy the fact that the episodes are only about 25 minutes per episode, and it's only going to be 28 episodes. So, that's all good things. So that is the only thing that is on my too early to tell. So, the next category up is the looking forward to, and it is all Chinese dramas because we've had a few confirmed. The first one is called Hard to Find. This is going to be airing hopefully on, oh goodness, it's saying Hunan TV, which means it's Mango TV production, but it is saying where to watch on MDL. iQIYI will have it. Now, I don't know. Sometimes it says iQIYI, but it'll only have it in certain places. So we shall see. It's supposed to be airing April 2nd, 4:30 a.m. my time, which means I might check it out before I go to work because I wake up ridiculously early to go to work. And while I have breakfast, I tend to sneak in an episode of something. So I might try, and hopefully it'll be on iQIYI because at least it'll be semi-legible subtitles and not MGTV subtitles. Now, the main actors for this, so the male lead is Zhao Yi-chin, and I have watched him in a couple of things. He's been in things such as Butterfly Lover. He was the main role in that. He was in Provoke, Sweet Sweet. He was in My Girl, Wait My Youth. So he's been in, quite a few different things. I have watched him mainly in shorter dramas, so I'm excited to watch this one. I feel like this one is a longer format, 24 episodes, but it doesn't say of how long. I think it is short episodes as well. So we shall see. And the female lead for this is Shen Yu-ji. I have seen her in a couple of things as well. So she was in Only for Love. That's the only thing I've seen her in. And she played basically the niece in Only for Love. So that's like where I know her from. I don't think I've seen her anywhere else. So yeah, that is gonna be very interesting. I did like her there, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Hopefully I'll have access to it. And basically the story, it is a period costume drama, and it reads, Princess Feng Yuan of Yong Zhao and young master He Lian Shi of Lin Xuan were a pair of Lian Lizi who were destined to live in harmony with each other. However, they made a private decision for life, which caused great changes in the clan. 3 years later, the two reunited again, starting a battle full of temptations and pulls, a love story with an oriental flavor and redemption. So that's the description for it, guys. Even if this isn't even on your radar, I would say just go check out the poster for this because it is so pretty. The poster for this even just on MDL is so beautiful. So that caught my eye straight away. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. I feel like it's probably going to be a good one to watch. The next one, and that comes out on the 2nd of April. So when this episode airs, this would have been out already. So the next one is Blossoms in Adversity. This also comes out on the 2nd of April. My brain is really frazzled. It is a period costume drama, and it stars Hu Yi-tian, who's been in things such as Go-Go Squid 2. He's been in other things such as Defying the Storm, Checkmate, See You Again, Hello the Sharpshooter. He's been in a couple of things. I will say he is an actor who is a bit of a hit or miss for me. So I'm not too sure about him, and especially in period costume. I don't tend to enjoy him in period costume. This is going to sound awful. It's going to sound awful and shallow, but I don't think he suits the period costume vibe, if that makes sense. But we shall see. The female lead is who I'm more interested for, and it's Zhang Jingyi. She is probably most well known for her role in Lighter and Princess. She's a female lead from that. I also really like the support role. We have Lu Yu Xiao. I adore her. I think she's such a good actress. She was in My Journey to You. She played Shang Guan Chan. She was in Love You Seven Times, The Longest Promise. She has been in quite a few things, and I feel like she is just such a good actress. So I'm very excited to see her here, even if it is just as a support role. This also has Caesar Wu in a support role, and I've seen him again in a couple of things. So he's been in The Dreamlike Seal, he's been in Shining for one thing, Sisterhood, Faith Makes Great. So he was also in Meteor Garden, so that's where he sort of got his start. So the support cast plus the female lead got me very interested in this. This is going to be a Youku production, so I will be looking forward to checking this out tomorrow. The story reads. It's a little bit confusing on IMDb, the description, but it reads, the eldest daughter of a prestigious family, Hua Zi, concealed her talents for 15 years. But when the Hua family was on the verge of collapse, she had no choice but to reveal her true abilities and step forward to support her crumbling household. She prepared herself mentally for the possibility of her family clan turning against her and was ready to live lonely her whole life. Frequently making appearances and taking bold actions, she even went as far as carrying a coffin on her back with her siblings to force her enemies into a corner, gaining a reputation for being someone not to be trifled with in the capital city. One day, a man wearing armor before heading off to war asked her for a lifetime of commitment. After meeting and falling in love with her lover, Hua Zi transformed into a heroine in the business world akin to legendary Mulan and embarked on the story of growth alongside him. So that is the description for it. It feels like a bit wish-washy, I don't know, but I'm intrigued. I've liked the trailers and the posters, so I will be checking this out. It's called Blossoms in Adversity. It seems like blossoms is the new love word because we've had a bunch of blossom, words currently. So the last one that I'm looking forward to is Best Choice Ever, and that is going to be premiering on the 9th of April. Now, this is a Yang Zi and Shu Kai drama. It is going to be a family drama. Family romance kind of drama, and I'm excited for it. I really am. I like the trailers so far. It has the vibe of something that could work for me right now. It is going to be 38 episodes. Now, I'm only a little bit concerned because on MDL it's only saying you can watch it on Tencent Video only, and that tends to mean they don't distribute it internationally because otherwise the WeTV would be next to it. So I'm a bit concerned whether I'm going to have access to it or not because it is a CCTV production. So we shall see. Hopefully it'll pop up somewhere for us to watch, but I am very, very excited. It's going to be like a Nuna romance, I believe. It is going to have like that vibe to it. So I don't know. I'm excited for this one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And the only other two is possibly, we have no dates for it, but it is likely that they will come out in April, and that is Fox Spirit Matchmaker. I've spoken about this one before. It is the one with Yang Mi and Gong Joon. I'm really, really looking forward for it. The rumored date was April 12th. We will see if that materializes or not. iQIYI doesn't seem to have any big dramas coming up, so it would be great for them to kind of throw this one at us, but we shall see. And then the other one is possibly April. We've seen a lot of promotion for it, and I think it'll come as Legend of Shan Li finishes up. They might be the next Tencent drama to come, and that is There Is a Lover in My Hometown, which is now known as Will Love in Spring. I preferred There Is a Lover in My Hometown. I feel like that's such a more cozier drama. That is the one starring Li Xian and Zhu Yutong. I'm really looking forward to that one. I spoke about it before. So those are the two that we don't have dates for, but it's looking likely that they will come in April. At least they're the ones that I'm excited to watch. So that is that. That is that. On my on hold list, guys, it grew. Nothing came out. Again, it's been hell. So I've not had much time at all. So I've still got Mysterious Lotus Casebook on there, Moving, Born to Run with You, and now Nightflower is also on my on hold list. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I will eventually get back to it. So hopefully soon. So, dramas I dropped this month. There is three. The first one is the Korean drama The Impossible Heir. For me personally, this drama just wasn't giving. I was really, really looking forward to a really nice bromance, and unfortunately, that's not where we were headed. The female lead was not giving anything at all. I didn't really like any of the characters, so I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna cut my losses and I'm gonna say goodbye to it. So I dropped it. The next one up is Burning Flames. It is a Chinese drama airing on iQIYI. It stars Xing Fei and Ren Jialan. It's just one that it just wasn't working for me. I think I watched 2 or 3 episodes and I just wasn't keen on it. It wasn't grabbing my attention, so I let it go. Burning Flames, I believe, is Xuan Huan over Xianxia, and I don't tend to like enjoy those as much. So it is what it is. So the next one that I dropped is Young and Dream. I know a lot of people kind of enjoyed this one, and for me, there is one very specific reason why I dropped it. Within the first 3 episodes, there was like almost rape like 3 times, and I wasn't keen on that. And the fact that the guy who did it didn't get punished pretty much straight away. I don't know. It wasn't giving. So I dropped it. Though it was a very specific reason to me. I did hear a lot of people say it gets much better later on, but I just didn't feel like I wanted to pick it back up. So I ended up dropping it, Young and Dream. So that is it. That's all I dropped this month. Not a lot, but then again, I didn't finish a lot and I didn't add a lot to what I'm currently watching. So completely dramas. Now, guys, remember, these ones I'm just going to tell you basically what I completed and the score that I gave it. And then if you want the full thoughts for this, you have to go over to Patreon, because on the same day that this episode is released, I will be posting my completed dramas for March 2024, where I will go more in depth about things that I enjoyed or didn't enjoy about those dramas that I completed. So first one, Love Endures, I scored it 7.5. The Deliberations of Love, 7.5. My Piggy Boss, 6.5. Our Parallel Universes, 7. A Killer Paradox, 7. A Tale of Love and Loyalty, 7.5. And Everyone Loves Me, 7.5. So clearly it was a slow month. Nothing really stood out to me that much. So that is that. That is it, guys. That is everything on my currently watching, on my on hold, on my dropped. That is my full array of lists right now. So that is it, guys. That is the episode. Let me know. Come and chat to me. What are you guys watching? Let me know what I should do about Wedding Impossible. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. So please, please, please let me know what you think about that one. And that is it. That is everything I'm currently watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry if it's a little bit chaotic and a little bit stuttery. My brain is still just slowly starting to properly function fully again. So because it's been a heck of a week, a heck of 2 weeks actually. But I really wanted to record this and put it out to you guys. So I hope you still enjoyed it. Come and chat to me on any of the socials about what you're watching. Is there something I should be picking up? Is there something, I should drop? Let me know. Let me know. I hope you guys have a lovely week in your corner of the world, and I shall catch you next time. Bye.